My teacher said no black student has ever scored this high in her 20 years teaching AP Calculus, so my daughter must be cheating. Ava's been getting perfect scores all semester. Every test, every quiz, every homework assignment. Mrs. Matthews called me in for a parent-teacher conference halfway through fall semester. I sat across from her in that cramped office while she pulled out Ava's test papers and spread them across the desk like evidence. Someone's feeding her answers, she said flatly. I've been watching her during tests. She finishes too quickly, doesn't ask questions. I told her Ava studies 5 hours every night, has since she was 8 years old. Math isn't something she struggles with. Mrs. Matthews shook her head. That's impossible. These concepts are extremely advanced. Most of my students need constant help. I asked what she wanted me to do about it. I just think we should be realistic about her capabilities. The next test, Mrs. Matthews made Ava solve problems on the board in front of the entire class. Ava got them all right, explained her reasoning clearly step by step. Mrs. Matthews pursed her lips. She must have memorized the solutions beforehand, so they moved her to the principal's office for the next exam. Different test version, no calculator, an administrator watching her the entire time. Ava walked out 2 hours later with another perfect score. Mrs. Matthews called me that same afternoon. Her voice was tight. I'm recommending she be removed from AP Calculus for academic dishonesty. I can't prove how she's doing it yet, but I know something's not right. You can't prove she's cheating because she isn't cheating, I said. Mrs. Carter, I've been teaching for 20 years. I know when a student doesn't belong in advanced placement. I asked her point blank what exactly she was accusing my daughter of. Long pause. I'm just saying this material is very difficult, especially for certain students. I hung up, called the principal immediately, filed a formal complaint. They said they'd look into it, but reminded me that Mrs. Matthews had an excellent reputation. 2 weeks later, the International Math Olympiad qualifier exam was announced. External proctors, filmed, completely supervised by the state education department. I registered Ava without telling anyone at school. When Mrs. Matthews found out, she tried to block it. Sent an email to the exam coordinator saying Ava wasn't ready, that it would reflect badly on her teaching if Ava failed. The coordinator forwarded me the email. I told them to ignore it. Ava was taking that test. Test day came. Ava sat in a room with 40 other top students from across the region. 3 hours. Proctored by people who'd never met her. Cameras recording everything. 2 weeks later, results came back. Ava scored top 3 in our entire state. Only student from our school to qualify for nationals. Out of 40 participants, she placed 3rd. The school absolutely lost it. Principal called a special assembly. Ava's photo went up in the main hallway. Local news wanted to cover the story. The newspaper wanted to do a feature article. They interviewed Mrs. Matthews about her star student. Mrs. Matthews sat there wearing her best outfit. Told the reporter she always believed in Ava from day one. That she pushed her harder than other students because she saw her incredible potential. That she gave her extra challenges because she knew Ava could handle them. Some teachers might have doubted her, Mrs. Matthews said in the article, but I never did. I knew she was special from the beginning. The article quoted her extensively, praised her teaching methods, highlighted how she fostered exceptional talent in underrepresented students. 2 days after the article ran, the district superintendent called Mrs. Matthews personally, told her she was being considered for Teacher of the Year, congratulated her on developing such an exceptional student. I waited until she got off that call, waited until she was celebrating with other teachers, waited until she posted about it on Facebook with a picture of her and Ava from the assembly. Then I opened my email. Found every single message where Mrs. Matthews had accused Ava of cheating. Every phone call transcript from the principal's office. Every time she said Ava didn't belong. Every complaint about academic dishonesty. Every attempt to block her from the Olympiad exam. I forwarded all of it to the superintendent with one sentence. This is the same student she's now taking credit for. She was placed on administrative leave the next morning.